Oh, it's me, it's Paul Carpenter. I start in 5 seconds. This one's called I'm Still Here. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope you're doing well, and I hope wherever you are is doing good for you. It's the first time you'll catch me not being able to say anything. Uh, uh, I guess thank you to all of you. I'm sorry. I I feel as though I've I feel as though I've failed at life, and I don't I don't even know what to say or what to do. Um, and everybody's like, "Oh, go to the doctors, take some pills." And I did that. I did it for like 8 months, and they just wanted to keep upping my dosage, and I wasn't happy, and so um, when I went to Mexico, I left my pills there accidentally, and I haven't had them since. And I've actually been really good. I don't want to talk to anybody, Brandon. I think I'm just going live as a way of letting people know that I'm okay, I guess, or whatever. You know, um, I said this yesterday in a video that I did, but all I've wanted to do is is just be. I just want to be. It's not happy, so don't worry about that. I just wanted to I just want to be me and not have uh not have to do anything for it. I don't want to have to do anything to be me. I don't want to have to um work or sell my art or sell myself or my time so that I can be here. I just don't want any of that. And because of it, I'm going to be stuck in this position of never having anything or the ability to Donna, I love you, man. I miss you, Donna. I miss you when I was 19 years old. I miss you so much, kid. I lost my virginity to Donna. I got molested in that same neighborhood by somebody right after that. About 4 houses down from that house. So somebody calling me a pedophile really fucking hurt. Somebody telling me that I can't see my family because they think that I'm a pedophile really fucking hurt, kids. Having my best friend from when I'm 10 years old, having my two best friends from when I was 10 years old, Dane Dyson and Brad Harvey. And I lost both of those relationships by having this relationship with this girl that I was with. The first relationship was lost. She got fucked up one night and got drunk. And they were swimming in the pool. And she jumped out of the pool and ran into the house and was really happy to see me. Super like a puppy. You know, like all happy and shit. And she jumped all over me and jumped all over the couch. And she fucking put water all over the couch. My friend's already a very angry person in general. Brad's always been a very, angry kid. He's had a lot of issues and trauma in his life. And when he was 15, I called CPS on his dad and got him sent away from Houston to Florida. And his mom has always thanked me and said that, I saved him in some way, but I feel like I didn't. And a lot of people don't know this. But I was friends with the pedophile for 20 years or so. He used to take me flying. And he used to take me to LSU games. And my mom, every time I went out with him, my mom would be like, "Hey, dude, be careful. I'm worried about it." So, I introduced him to a lot of my friends. Alright, so Brad Harvey was one of those kids, bro. And another friend of mine. And he committed suicide about 7 or 8 years ago. His name was Eric. Cool kid, man. He used to love to play pool. His dad used to beat the fuck out of him all the time. He would go to school and wear a suit and a tie every day. Anyways, the guy calls me 3 months before he dies. And he admits to me that he was a pedophile. All I could do was tell him to, at least you're talking about it. At least you're... I got a message yesterday from a woman. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was in the posts of people that were writing to me because everybody was worried that I was going to kill myself. I wanted to so badly. I still do. I'm not going to, but I don't want to be here. I don't like this planet. Well, don't I get that? Take that back. I love the planet. I love traveling and I love seeing new things and all that good stuff. But I don't like people. People here are very angry and very um, very sad, and it doesn't. I just don't want to be here. I don't have anything. I have no kids. I have no wife. I have no house. I have no car. I have no nothing. I have no ability to take care of myself. I'm not gonna go get a job. I'm not gonna fucking go work. I'm not gonna go pay taxes. I'm not gonna do it. So if I've lost 90% of you because you're like, well, fuck you then. You're not gonna do shit with your life. Go fuck yourself. I get it. Yeah. Anyways, the story I was telling you is that there was this woman that I met on a plane. See, I've always had this like thing where I just don't care. I'll do whatever I want. And I was on a plane, so I started performing magic on the plane. The fact that this mother, she had her son who had brain cancer. And she said that I made her smile. That I made her son smile. And that's what it's always been about for me. So, I don't understand how that works. How it's... Maybe I'm just... I'm just too fucking stupid. That's all there is to it, you know? I expect God to take care of me because I'm such a nice person. But being nice doesn't do shit for you. Being nice doesn't do anything but leave you homeless and depressed. I mean, that's the only thing I can see. I don't see anybody, you know, Elizabeth, I did the same thing with you. Thank you, Jeff. I do the same thing with anybody I meet, Elizabeth. I've always, like, look, Trish, Trish just came in here. Trish fucked my life up. I love you, Trish. Trish fucked my life up, bro. I don't know if you're even still here anymore, Trish, but, so, here's a Trish story. I used to go get coffee in New Orleans when I was street performing in New Orleans, and I used to know this girl, Trish. I'm 28, 29. No, I'm 30 something at the time, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. And I went to Biloxi, Mississippi to go do a gig, and I met her boyfriend. And then she went around telling everybody that I was gay and that I was having sex with her boyfriend. It fucked me up. I've been told recently, about a year ago, that I tried to rape someone. I had people, I was at a club one night, it's called Scout Bar, and a friend of this girl who had made this claim, like, flipped out in front of everybody, and I stood my ground. I was like, yo, dude, like, yo, you need to, like, watch yourself and, like, catch yourself, because you're talking some mad shit that could ruin somebody's career. Never apologized. The girl did, though. The one that realized that it was fucked up for doing what she was doing. Because I didn't fucking rape anybody. We're talking about me, guys. Last thing, I can barely touch a woman without fucking feeling weird about it. Why is it that the guy who's the good guy, the guy who's a nice guy is the guy who's told, hey, you're a thief. Hey, you're a fucking pedophile. Hey, you're a fucking rapist. Why do you do that to the guy who's the nicest guy in the room? The guy who just wants to make people smile. Why do you do that to him? Why do any of you do that to anybody in your life? I know I did, Elizabeth. I saw the pain. I saw the pain that you were dealing with. And the guy was manipulating you, and I could see right through it, and I had to do what I had to do to make that situation so impossible for him that he had to leave. And I'm happy that you're in a better place, Elizabeth. I'm happy that you're happier. I'm happy that you're feeling better. That's great. I need nothing from it. The fact that you're doing better and that you're happier and that you keep in touch with me. Jealous of what? Jealous of a person who is a child that never grew up, that runs around trying to survive off of magic tricks? Because that's it. That's the real truth. Is that I've just been selfish my entire life. That's why my family doesn't want to have anything to do with me. Because I left and I didn't care. I didn't care about anybody but myself. And my own sister came up to me the other day and she's like, well, it's not the other day, it's a couple of years ago. But she looked at me in the face and she goes, you know, you're my brother, but I don't know you. You're not really in my family. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Because there's no real options for me. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have a car. So I'm kind of stuck on going which way there. And I can't go anywhere. So I'm kind of stuck here. Anytime that I borrow my mom's car to go somewhere, she flips out and has an issue, and you're making me worry. You don't have insurance. And of course, if I fuck up the car, then I'm gonna feel even more like a piece of shit because I don't have any money to fix it. And Rachel, I don't know what you mean by they're my demons. It's not demons. It's just called being lucid and real with yourself. Just being honest. This isn't anything else other than that. I don't know, Brandon. But you're beating yourself up. Am I beating myself up, or am I just being honest with myself and honest with you as a group of people who don't know me very well? You know, it's nobody really knows me. That's the thing. Nobody knows who I really am. Nobody knows anything really about me. I have been honest about my goodness, Rachel. I mean, I just talked about how I helped Elizabeth leave a 20-year relationship. I talked about a woman that I've made smile. There's 15 people that have been in here for I don't know how long listening to my bullshit because they're worried about me, because I've obviously touched them in some way, shape, or form. So I'm not... Well, I realize that, Rachel. Nobody knows who anybody is. I get that. But you should have a better idea of me, at least, right? Or some idea. But I mean, I'm probably more honest and more vocal than most people on the internet about who I am and where I am and how I feel. So, you know, Andy Platt, man, I love you, Andy, and I'm sorry that we never stayed friends as adults, and that you went off and lived your life and did your thing and had your kids. And very happy for you, man. I hope your mom and your dad are okay and everybody's doing well. Your sister. One of the most amazing magic shows that I ever saw as a kid was at Andy Platt's house. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. And I think that magician, I always wanted to find out who it was, because that magician was one of the ones that hit me before Copperfield. And I'd like to know who that was. Well, Idan, I really appreciate you, man. But you know, a great man is able to take care of himself. A great man is able to give to others without needing to have anything given in return. A great man is one who lives by his own rules and yet succeeds. So I'm anything but great, my friend, but I really appreciate you. I don't have anything to say, so that's... I have people sending me messages on the side. I love you, Glenn. And coming from you, Glenn, that's a compliment, man, because you've busted your dick in every I appreciate you, James. I've loved you, James, since I've met you, man, and I'm very happy for you and your career and all the things that you've done for yourself, man. Yeah, I know, Zvi. I've been reading them while you've been sending them to me. I've been seeing the little pop-ups, and I know everybody's really just trying to reach out and be like, hey, man, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be all right, but it's not gonna be okay, folks. It's not gonna be all right. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the whole entire planet. It's coming to a fever pitch. And anybody who thinks it's going to go back to the way it was is, in my opinion, sorely mistaken, hurt, depressed, and fucked in their mind. You're holding on to this idea that we could go back to the way it was, or that we could have some kind of other system in place, but to do that, we're gonna have to have civil unrest around the world. We're gonna have to have a major thing. Now, let me tell you something of the man who just walked in right now. His name's Eric Chien, and Eric, I don't know if he's still watching or not. Eric is one of the routine that he put out recently, which was a table. I've posted it before. Sorry. but it's him sitting at a table, and he's wearing a vest, a black vest, and it changes to red and blue, and he does all this beautiful work with coins and cards, and just the routining itself, just the thought process behind the magic was really quite beautiful, and I really appreciate it. The other person I really appreciate right now in magic is Carissa Hendricks. She has a character named Lucy Darling, and there's this really beautiful well, James. Okay, so Idan, I'm sorry, brother, but I'm happy that you're with your family. I'm happy that you have 2 children. I'm happy that you have a beautiful wife. That's a beautiful thing for you, so complain all you want. I don't care. James, I'm sorry, man, and that makes me sad, but it also makes me really proud of you, bro. Yeah, because it's like, wow, fuck me. James is like, that hurts me, James. It hurts me, James. That you're working in a bank while your dream is to be a fucking director. You went all the way to the United fucking States, went to the New York Film Academy, busted your dick, tried to become something with your life, really fucking gave it. You've won awards, you've done all this shit. You're working in a bank. Fucking great system we have fucking going here, kids. Fuck me. That fucking shit pisses me off so bad, bro. The thing that I'm mulling over while I look at all the people that are here. Every single one of you I've known for so long. Well, maybe Eric. I don't know you very well. Charles, good morning. Good to see you. I know every single one of you. Like, I know every single person who's watching me right now. Or at least the ones I can see. I don't know. And, each one of you I've talked to, each one of you I've affected, each one of you I've, in some way or another, had a moment with. I know it. I know it. Because I know each one of you. Thank you, Sean. I love you, Sean. I really appreciate you, Sean. You're good. You're a good soul, my friend. You're a good soul, man. I wish I had my spark. I wish I had that thing. But so much of it, yeah, I like you, James. You're like, someday I'll make it in the movie industry. In the meantime, I'm getting paid. Where are we going? That's all I really want to know. Where are we going? Because I don't know that we're headed towards really nice stuff. So I see no reason to be here. People are like, oh, but Paul, you made me happy. You changed my life. Okay, so great. I did my job. Let me get the fuck out of here. Fuck. Like, I already checked out, bro. I already took the card, my timesheet card, went picking. I'm done. I love you, Elizabeth. You're funny. Bro, sounds like eternal struggle between soul and body. I don't know what that means, but if my soul journey is the one that I've taken and my body journey is the one that I'm not taking care of because I don't give a fuck, then I guess you're right. I don't know. I'm super unhealthy. I smoke cigarettes and pot all day long. I don't do drugs. I mean, occasionally mushrooms or whatever, but I'm not a drug addict. I'm not some like crackhead or meth head or some shit like that. Which I've been accused of course. Because I'm so hyper. Usually I'm just hyper because I'm excited. Usually I'm hyper because I'm just happy to be wherever I'm at. Oh, Brandon, 100%. That was the best way to explain it. Like right there, body needs earthly accommodations, the soul is disgusted by it. Well, I guess I'm too connected to my soul, bitch. You know what it comes down to, Brandon? Because I've asked myself this the other day, right? I was like, okay, Paul, what do you want? Like, if you could have anything, what do you want? I was like, I want 5,555,555,555.55. That's what I want. And you're like, yo, you're psycho. What are you gonna billions? What are you gonna get billions for? What are you gonna work for to get your billions? I don't want to work for it. I just want it. And then when I have it, I want to start a school for art where nobody has to pay and they just go for free and they learn to be an acrobat or a clown or they can learn how to make movies or they can, you know, and then hopefully take the remainder of that money and create water sources for people. Nah, Sean, I haven't been doing magic for a while. I mean, yeah, I don't really perform anymore. I haven't done a show in I don't know how long. And the last time I did a magic show, it was in front of Lanny Kibbe. It was this day right here. Look, I even have it. It's sitting in front of me because it fucking hurt me so much. It's this one right here. It was on February 26th. It was a benefit for Australia. And it was the day that I was ridiculed and laughed at. When I tried to perform, and I performed in front of Chris Emerson, who's known as Scabs the Clown, and I performed in front of Lanny Kibbe and Jamie Salinas and David Rangal, who's a complete piece of shit. And what happened, and that was this, I'll tell that story next. I'll tell the castle story next. Fuck you, that's a good one. But so I was asked to come and do this show, and I was like more than happy to do it. Tifa Tiddlywinks was there, and I'm in love with her. I've always loved her. I think she's a phenomenal entertainer. If you don't know who she is, look up Tifa Tiddlywinks. She is a burlesque dancer, but she's so much more than that. She's like a full-on badass entertainer. She reminds me of Carissa Hendricks in the sense of how beautifully thought out the process of the entertainment is. And I beg you, please find Carissa Hendricks' Lucy Darling. There's an hour-long show that's free, that's on YouTube, that she did festivals all around the world, and she won a bunch of things. She won Magician of the Year. And so, anyway, story goes back to the story, Sean, since you asked. My friend who put this together, his name's Jacob Kaye, and I've known Jacob for a long time, since he was like 18 years old. Him and I went to San Antonio. He needed a ride, and I drove him to San Antonio, and we performed at a tattoo convention. And so the thing is, and I really appreciate you, Nick, and I really appreciate you, Sean. You're like, did you got ridiculed? Yeah, man, I get ridiculed all the time, bro. The magic community doesn't really like me. And so what happened was that this evening, we were asked to be there, and I showed up on time, and I was asked to only do like 15, 20 minutes. And I said, okay, no problem, I can do that. And so I set up 15, 20 minutes, and then this kid, David Rangal, didn't show up on time. So my friend Jacob, who put it all together, was freaking out, didn't know what to do. He's like, I need you to do 30 minutes now. And I'm like, ah, shit. And I'm in the back stage area, by the way, about to perform in front of Jamie Salinas, and Lanny Kibbe. And you don't know these people, but Jamie Salinas is like one of the biggest magicians in Houston. Tifa Tiddlywinks is like the burlesque fucking performer of Houston. Chris Amerson is like the guy, and I hate fucking performing for people who know me. I hate it. I hate fucking performing for magicians. I hate it. And I was so nervous that night, and I love Tifa Tiddlywinks because she was so nice. She kept laughing at all my jokes, and she's just a good girl, man. And she could see the pain that I was dealing with, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of my act, mind you, because I was told to do 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden David shows up, and then they want me to fucking end my act in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of the fucking act. I fucking stole somebody's money. I put it in a fucking lemon. I'm about to fucking do Bill and Lemon. I cannot fucking quit the show. So I finished my thing 30 minutes in, and then David has to go on, and his act is fucking horrible. Him and his son's act is absolutely horrible. I don't give a fuck what you want to say about me for being honest, but the act sucks. And they had to go on after me. And I'm not saying that I was amazing, because I was not amazing. And then about a week later, David and the Magicians of Houston went absolutely apeshit on me. So I don't have a career in Houston. I can't work in Houston. I can't find any work here. Everybody who's anybody in Houston has nothing to do with me. Scott Wells, who's like the guy in Houston who puts everything together, does lecture tours, and blah, 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 doesn't want anything to do with me. Lanny Kibbe, who used to be a good friend of mine, I used to hang out with him a lot, and I've even helped him build stage illusions and stuff. I haven't talked to him. And you're asking me why? Because I'm a boisterous piece of shit that tells people exactly what the fuck I think, and I don't hold back. And I tell you exactly what it is. You know, I say, hey, look, your act sucks. Work on it. I'm sorry, dude. I love you, Doria. I'm okay, man. And because of that, that whole thing, that attitude that I have, people don't like me. People don't like me in general already as it is, because I'm a Discordian human being. I don't like listening to the rules. I don't like paying my bills. I don't like it. I don't like any of this fucking human bullshit. It's all so fake. But same thing. I was in LA, and I was really homeless. I was living with a friend of mine, and I fucked this relationship up so bad. One of the great relationships of my life. Her name is Maylen Galienes. And I didn't have a place to stay, and she was like, yo, you could stay in my apartment. And I stayed in her apartment, and I was there for like a month or so, sleeping on the floor. You know, she was so nice to let me in there, like a little tiny little apartment that she has. And I was just trying to do everything I could, like clean the house, take care of her, you know, dog, and just, you know, whatever. And she really asked me not to have anybody ever come over to her house, and I ended up bringing somebody over because I didn't want to get caught smoking pot in the street. So I brought him into the... She kicked me out. During that time, I'm performing at the Magic Castle, and I'm not supposed to be because I'm not a member. I went to the castle. I'd been invited repeatedly. I know a lot of magicians and a lot of people who have been very nice to me over the years, who were gracious enough to constantly allow me to get into the castle, right? They would just put me on a list. Yeah, don't worry, fucking go in. And so, like, I don't know, almost a month straight, I went every night. And somewhere along the way, there's this little downstairs area where if you're a member of the castle, you can perform for free. And you get to have little groups, like, you know, like as if you're a real performer magician at the Magic Castle, when you're not, because you're not on the flyer. And so I'm there with a friend of mine, and I'm there with a friend of mine, sorry, hold on, sorry guys. And he's like, yo, do you know that you could perform at the Magic Castle? And you have to understand, the Magic Castle is like fucking Mecca for the Muslims, right? I mean, it's like you go there to be in the place. There's only two places like this in the whole world. One of them is called the Magic Circle, which is in London. And I was blessed enough to get to perform on that stage in front of some of the greatest magicians in London, in England, which was a blessing, and it was a beautiful event. And it was in a time when I had an act that I was very proud of. Anyways, so go to the Magic Castle, and my friend's like, yo, dude, I know the guy. If you'd like, why don't you go and ask them, I'll put you on the list, you could perform. And I'm like, are you sure? I don't want to break any rules. I don't want to get anybody mad at me. And they're like, no, dude, we want to see you perform. And I was like, oh, okay, well, how am I going to say no? At that point, you don't say no. I pull out I make up a routine really quickly. I go, okay, I'm going to do 3 bends. I'm going to do a fork bend, and a coin bend, and I'll do a key bend, and I'll just do that routine. It'll be a 15-minute routine, 5, 5, and 5, right? So I perform. And at the end of it, 4 or 5 magicians come up to me, and they're like, oh my God, that was really good. Yes, Julian, that is where we met. So I'm sitting there, and it hurts, dude. I don't know if you see me moving back and forth, it's because of the pain. And so, I keep going back, and I keep getting asked to perform. And man, I'm so sorry, but I can't pass up performing at the castle. I just couldn't pass it up. And so, I got it. I got to perform. And then there's this guy, I don't know exactly who, I think his name was Hub. And he's a castle member. And he finds out that I'm performing downstairs. And he flips his shit. And then I get a screenshot capture of 184 comments. Who the fuck is the fucking homeless fuck magician that's at the Magic Castle performing? It was about a day and a half later that I went into a mental institution and did what's called a Baker Act or a 5150, which is where I put myself in a 72-hour hold, which they let me out in 20 something hours. They're like, you're definitely not fucking crazy, buddy. So that's you wonder, hey bro, yeah, keep going, Paul, keep pushing, man, one day you're gonna make it. And the truth is, I was supposed to make it a long time ago. And I'm not accepted. Oh, here's the good one. I'll give you this story. Here you go. So I was 28 years old. My band that I was in Miami, I had been in a band for 4 years. We got signed to Universal. I ended up sleeping with the producer's wife. And I got kicked off the label. The whole band did. And we ended up performing for 3 years. We won at the Battle of the Bands at the Hard Rock Cafe. And a lot of the things that didn't occur were because of me. Because we called it lead singer-itis. I thought I was famous, and I wasn't. I was 20-something years old, and I was just fucking happy, and we were pulling in crowds of, huge crowds. It was great. And the band breaks up, and all the songs that I wrote, they ended up finding another girl, and she ended up singing all of my songs. I don't have a lot. The one thing I do have is my art. And when my art gets taken from me, or my art gets stolen from me, it hurts. So I worked for a company and right when I got back from Israel the first time, Thomas de la Cruz, also known as Smoothini the Ghetto Houdini, who I've known for I don't know how many years, he says to me, hey man, I have a friend of mine, he's an Israeli guy, he's in LA, San Francisco area, whatever, and he needs a guy to do magic on video. He wants to have a guy be the face of the product line. And I was like, cool, I'm in. Let's go talk to the guy. So I talked to him. He's like, yeah, fly out. I'll pay for your airfare. And so I end up going. And we start filming some stuff. And I'm asking him, what are we going to do with it? Oh, no, we're just doing test shoots. And we're not sure. But we'd love for you to just keep filming some things. And then right when the project was completed, I get fired. We get into a huge fight. And I never saw a dollar from all of the work. Over 100,000 pieces have been sold of that product, which I was supposed to see $1 a piece. So many times that, okay, so back to the story. I'm 28 years old. My band breaks up. I'm in love with the woman, a love of my life. Her name is Roseli. Beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous redhead that I knew in Miami. I fought for her so hard to date her. And then I ended up auditioning for In Search of the Partridge Family on VH1. And I went to LA and I became one of the 5 finalists for this TV show. And and I was on the commercial. I mean, like every 30 minutes you'd see my face on VH1, and they really wanted me to win the competition, by the way. And David Cassidy was the main, character of the show, and I was supposed to be taking over the role of David Cassidy. And somewhere in week 2 or so, we go to Grauman's Chinese Theater, and we're there, and somehow or another, this is the story, okay, this is the story. We're walking, and he's introducing everything. Oh, look, this is where this person put their handprint, and that handprint, the cameras are following us, and woo, right? So I'm at the back of the thing, and all of a sudden, a young girl comes up to me, and she goes, "Oh my God, are you Paul Carpenter?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And she's like, "Oh my God, I love you so much. I've been watching you on the competition for VH1. And all of a sudden the camera just turns and they're not following them anymore. And now they're following me in this moment that's happening. And so I just go into full PR mode and I bring the daughter in and who's taking pictures? She goes, "My mom." And I was like, "No, bring mom in. Let's say hello to everybody at home on camera. We're going to have this moment." And then I finished this thing thinking that I did a righteous job, right? No. And then I go back to the group, and I see that David Cassidy's gone. And the producers walk up to us, and they're like, "Listen, David Cassidy was asked to go, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to have to leave. Thank you, blah, blah, blah." All right, so we go back to this limo. We're in a Hummer H2 or H3 limo. Randomness. And we get there. And we're inside the limo, and then, we wait there for, 15, 20 minutes just sitting in the limo. Nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, David gets back into the fucking Hummer. And I'm at one end of the limo, literally right by the driver, and he's all the way at the other end of the limo, and he's just staring me down. Like, he's pissed off that I took away his limelight. And this is what I heard, and this is what got him upset, was that when I was introducing the mother and the daughter, I should have grabbed him so that it could have been this moment where it was David Cassidy with Paul Carpenter, the young, the old, the mix, it all happens at this thing, and la 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 la. Well, that turned into a shitty situation, and I was giving my testimonials, every day. They do that in a dark room where they ask you questions like, "Oh, so how do you think about this and that?" And so they're like, "So what do you think of the production and how do you feel about David?" You don't ask me questions like that, dude. You don't ask me questions like that. And so I said, "Well, I think you're spending about $14 million on a TV show that's going to go absolutely nowhere, hoping to make David Cassidy happy again and famous again, and he's putting almost half of the money in just so he can be famous again. I think this is a show that's going to go absolutely nowhere. It might do its pilot, and then it's going to get canned, and it's going to get thrown away." And I say that only because David is an egotistical piece of shit. I start crying about 2 seconds later. And I recognize at that moment, I'm on film. It's recorded. And I talk shit about Sony and VH1 and MTV, and I talk about how it's all just a fucking bullshit game, about all of it. And then as soon as I recognized that I opened my mouth and talked so much shit, I literally stopped and just looked at everybody in the room, and there was 4 or 5 people, and their faces were just like, "He lost his shit. He lost his shit on camera. Oh, fuck, that's gorgeous." So that's why I am not in the industry. One of the reasons, right? One of the reasons is because I told basically the whole industry to go fuck itself. And the industry was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go fuck yourself. We don't give a shit," And so it was around that point in time, I come back to Houston. I'm 28 years old, 29, and I start working on magic again and doing hypnosis again. And that's when I get the Ripley's Believe It or Not and the 2 World Records and all the stuff. And then I'm in New York and I have a little off-Broadway show. And then that that led me to Australia in a very weird way. You want a great story? Here's the one. I was dating this Jewish girl in Miami. I was working at a place called the Crepe Maker for a guy named Chris Hoffman. Great guy, by the way. Love him. Love him. Love him. Love him. The only job I've ever kept for a year and 8 months, which was quite impressive. But nonetheless, yeah, insert foot into mouth many times. But you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, hey, listen, if I were to have ever been famous prior to this, I would have already killed myself. I would have already overdosed or done something really extreme in my depression. So I'm almost kind of happy I never became famous. I mean, think about it. Fame sucks, like, on so many levels, because you're just sitting around and you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, and everybody fucking idolizes you, and there's no real ever knowing who you are, and then at one point or another, you don't even know yourself. Who are you? Are you the artist? Are you the character that you've created? Are you, it's such existential bullshit that I don't want to deal with, and I'm happy I never had to, honestly. The most depressing moment in my life was when I was, I was telling you the story about Chris Hoffman, the girl. Let me get back to that one. So this girl that I met, and we break up. And she leaves to go to Australia in 2000 to work for the Miami Herald to write articles about the Australian Olympics. That year was 2000. And so while she's there, she meets this woman. And I'm in New York at the time. I'm dating this girl. Her name was Kate Ogden. And we dated for about a year and something. And about a year and 2 months into it, I was really unhappy with the relationship. I tried to explain to her how I felt. And we just... weird situation. Financially, neither one of us could go anywhere. We were both kind of stuck. Then she ended up leaving to go have a surgery. Pancreatic surgery, and I got invited to a party that same weekend that she went, and that party was from a bunch of girls that I knew from high school, from Clear Lake, and I'm in New York, and they're in the financial district, and they're making shit tons of money, and I just found it to be an opportunity. And also there was this girl that I knew in high school that I was always interested in, and I was already halfway out of the relationship, and so I go to this party, and I'm not a drinker. Please know this. You might catch me drink 5-6 drinks in a year. And I drank a little bottle of Jack Daniels to myself that night. And I ended up at some girl's house on the Upper West Side. No, Upper East Side. And I ended up having sex with her, and I cheated on Kate. And the next day she answers the phone, and I start crying immediately when I hear her voice. And all of a sudden there's this girl on the internet who had been following me around from MySpace days, and her name is Simone Defren. And I didn't remember her, didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden I get a message on Facebook, because I just started it. And in there, this girl says, "Hi, I'm a producer in Australia, and I want you to come to Australia." Now, mind you, my ex-girlfriend, who was in Sydney, writing for was in a coffee shop one day, and she was crying at the fact that we had broken up. And this other girl, Simone, met her. They started becoming friends. Simone then saw pictures of me on Facebook, and she got ultra interested in me. kind of scary, interested. And then Facebook comes around. I don't remember who she is. And then she says, I'm a producer. I want to send you to Australia. Now, I don't know shit from shit at this point. She buys me a ticket. She says, listen, I've been following you on your Facebook and I know what's going on and I want to produce your show. I'm going to have you do a 3-month tour here in Australia. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm out. Lo and behold, Simone is this girl. She's married to a farmer in Esperance, Australia, which is the southern west point of Australia. And so, I forgot where I was. Fuck me. The girl. So I end up going. Not knowing what's going on. And it becomes like this trip of a lifetime. I get to go to Australia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. I'm walking around the streets by myself, just fucking, and she gave me like, altogether we spent like $30,000, like $10,000 a month. And, the first month that I'm there, nothing. And then I figure out that this woman has no clue what she's doing when it comes to producing a show. She's never put together a show, never anything like that. So, for about the first month or so, I'm promoting the living crap out of my show to every single shop. I'm going everywhere. And we sell out the venue. I think we sold, there were tickets for $30 a pop, and we sold 1,300 seats. So we definitely made our money back right there and then. Bloop. Then we had set up a bunch of shows for me to do all up the West Coast, all the way to Perth and Fremantle. And we even did something in Melbourne at it was at a ski resort. And I was going to be performing at the ski resort. Okay, so we get to the first place, and it's like a 400-seat venue. 5 people show up. The next venue, which was in Mount Buller, it's Buller, Buller. Nobody shows up. Our next show, nobody shows up. Next show, nobody shows up. I'm in Perth and Fremantle at this point. I start street performing. And then I just took off and came back to the States. And then when I get back to the States, literally the day that I fly in, an ex-girlfriend of mine from Miami, who ended up being the guitarist for CeeLo Green, she calls me and says, I want you to come to LA. I'm in love with you and I miss you. So my friend Tony Chang, one of the great card handlers of our time, bought me a ticket to LA. So I fly into LA, and as soon as I get there, this girl jumps out of her car, out of her truck, and she's like, oh my God, I love it. I don't know. We get in the truck and start driving. She's like, I've got the best news in the world. I'm like, oh, what's that? And she's like, I got back together with my ex-boyfriend. Cheers. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. So I'm like, what do you want me to do now? What am I supposed to do? I just flew the fuck out from New York. And so through that, I end up staying at her house. And I'm there for about 2 or 3 weeks. Super depressed, smoking tons of pot. And one day she shows up and she's like, yo, you need to move out of my house. Like, my boyfriend's getting upset that you're still here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here because you fucking told me to be here. You're like, what the fuck? Anyways, so I start walking around the streets, and lo and behold, it is like the Jewish Haredi neighborhood of LA. And I find a rabbi, and he's one of the rabbis that brought Kabbalah to the United States. There's two rabbis that bring it. One's the friend with Madonna, and the other one's the one I met, which is the cool kid. He was the spiritual, righteous badass. He really was. He's a badass. Still a kid. Still a badass kid. He lives in Israel now. But I end up building a sukkah. A sukkah is this outdoor little area that you build once a year. You live in it for 7 days. It's a way of giving thanks to the crops that have come in and giving thanks to having a place to live and having a shelter over you, right? It's this beautiful experience. And it's once a year. And so the rabbi says to me, hey, man, this is so good. He's like, hey, man, it's a good deed. Telling you, it's a mitzvah the way you're doing, helping me build this thing. So literally that Friday is Shabbos. I get back to the house, right, and the girl walks in the house and she goes, I can't have you in here. I need you to leave right now. And I literally grab my bags and I walk 4 blocks away from where she was. And I end up walking up to the sukkah with my luggage. And the rabbi just starts laughing. And he's like, I told you, bro. Now, during that week of building the sukkah, I went to a place called Aish HaTorah because there was someone having a bris milah. Bris milah is when they take the little pee-pee and a little, no, and they circumcise the penis. And so it's a very, in the Jewish faith, it's a very big moment and everybody's all happy and da-da-da. So what do I see people happy, so what do? I pull out fucking balloon animals and start doing magic tricks. And so this rabbi walks up to me. He's like, yo, dude, I need you to fucking hang out with this guy named Dick Horowitz. He's like one of the biggest contributors to Aish. He gives like $80 million a year to the fucking fund. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell is this guy? So, okay, I gotta go meet him. Now, in that interim of that period, I had just started talking to MTV, believe it or not, about doing a show about hypnosis with couples, where you hypnotize one of the couples to find out what they did. Have them battle it out. So I go to his office. I'm like, listen, I'm about to be on MTV, big thing, blah, blah, blah. Just let me borrow some money and I'll pay you back. And he's like, no, I won't do it. And it's a true story. This is a moment that'll fuck me up hard. I remember, okay, well, cool, whatever, and I leave the office, and I remember, I swear to you, I literally walked out of the office, and I saw the sun of Los Angeles. I looked up into the sky, and I said, my God, if you want me to go to Israel, tie my hand behind my back so I have no choice. 2 weeks later, I'm homeless. I have no place to go. I have no money in my pocket. I go from the place that I was staying. I run to the bus station. I beg somebody for change. I get on the bus. I get a free transfer. I get to the guy's office. I walk in and I say, send me to Israel. He's like, okay. And I'm like, wait. If you're going to do this and you're real about it, I need to go to New York and pick up all my stuff. I need a 4-day layover. And he's like, okay. So I literally, the next day, I fly into New York. I grab all of my things from my ex-girlfriend, who was nice enough to even fucking keep them. And 2 days later, I'm flying towards Israel. And that's when I spent a year in Aish HaTorah, studying to be a rabbi, like 12, 13, 14 hours a day. And it was a great experience. And then I guess we're all caught up, kids. Gotten all the stories, because right after that is when I go to the thing with the company that fucked me over for $100,000, and then so on and so forth. We're caught up. We're caught up. You know my life story now, folks, or at least parts of it, and why I'm where I'm at. Why I'm at a place where it's like, look, here's another one. Okay, and I mentioned this yesterday. So I've been really depressed. I didn't know what to do. About a year ago or so, I started a magic group. It's called the Best Magic Videos Group, and it's got about 17,000 members. It's the largest magic group on Facebook. And so I thought to myself, I want to start a podcast. Let's do that, because that would be cool, right? Talk to famous magicians and like talk to them about what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. And so I asked a friend of mine whose name is Frederick Falk, who I love, by the way. I think Frederick's an amazing performer. I think he's, I love his stylization. He's got a very dapper kind of 1920s, 1930s kind of look to him. It's very cool. And it's very Victorian almost. Beautiful, beautiful set, right? So I ask him, and he's like, yeah, man, I would totally love to do it. Let's do it. And so 5 minutes before I go live, he tells me, hey, sorry, I can't do it. Something else popped up. Prior to that, I've been working on this idea with a film about Jim Morrison, and we're trying to get the budget for like $2.5 million. I don't know what's going on with that. That fell through. And the other thing that was going to happen was I was supposed to go to Mexico and work for this production company and help create parties. That didn't happen. I'm tired. That's the answer. I'm tired of giving. Tired of trying. I'm sorry. Chapters of mania. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that, Ted. I don't know that they're chapters. And I don't know what you mean. Like, they're not necessarily my mania that's making the moments happen. It's just that's just... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What's really, really sad about me is that I feel like I'm a pretty intelligent person that's really fucking stupid. And there's a person who actually said that to me, word for word said that to me. He's like, you're the smartest, dumbest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. And to this day, I still hear his voice in my head. So here we are, my friend Brandon. Here we are. Yay. And I love you, Brandon. I love you so much, bro, because I remember you in Israel, and we were walking in the old the Jewish quarter. Oh, man, so young, dude. You were, I think, 28 at the time. And you were struggling with like the next stage of life. And my friend, you have destroyed. But you always have. You've always been like this guy who was big guy, tough guy. And I'm not, you've always been a teddy bear as well, so I'm not saying that you're some kind of rough guy that beats people up, but you've always, you always played football. I remember when we went through, with Lag BaOmer, when we went through, and you, this is so good. So Lag BaOmer is this festival that happens once a year, and there's like all these Jews all over the place, and there's this synagogue that you're supposed to walk through, but when you go through there, it's so packed that you just can't get through. Unless you have a guy who's 6'4" and 185, 200 pounds, who will just literally from behind push you. Like, he literally, and I'm not kidding, like as if I was, those, where they train, where they have like a guy standing on a thing, and there's like a pad, and the guy's like, and he just pushes the thing down the field. I was the pad, and Brandon pushed me through. Now, mind you, when we were going through, it was one of the most magical moments I think I've ever experienced, in the sense that the energy, the spiritual energy, and the magic that was in the air at that moment was so real. It was such a moment, and we had this really cool campsite that was way above everybody else, and we could see downwards, and it was so fucking good. The human trash, yeah, that's right, a human compactor. It's a good day. It's a good day, Brandon. It's a good day. $6', 285, motherfucker. Get it right. I love you, bro. Oh, fuck me. So, thanks for hanging out, I guess. I feel bad. I feel bad that I've made you guys stay on here, worry about me, call me, think about me, because I'm not worth it. I'm really not, guys, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards you or disrespectful towards myself, but we're all the same, man. So it's like I'm not better or worse or anything. I'm just fucking silly and stupid. And yeah, we did. I remember. I love you too, Brandon. You know, it's funny that you said all those things. I forgot most of that. that we slipped in the graveyard, like right on the edge of the graveyard, I believe. Right? Wasn't it because we couldn't go in? Somebody was a Cohen that was with us. I think that's what it was, or something. I don't remember. But yeah, man. It's just funny because I talk about these stories, and I'm like, where's that guy? Where is that adventurous person who doesn't care, who just woo, because that's where I'm at most of the time. I don't know. I love you, Diana. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. This is a beautiful story. So, Diana Gates, yeah, she's been a good friend of mine for many, many years. And when I had just finished doing the 365 days of daily videos, she was thankful for the time that I had spent on the internet, and she sent me $1 for every video that I made. And Diana, you have no idea how much that money saved me and Hollis when we were in New Mexico, and we had nowhere to go, no money, and we were worried about what was going on. Yeah, I hear you, Brandon. I don't know, bro. And I appreciate you, Elizabeth, saying that I don't get to choose, who I'm important to or who is important to me. I love you, Brandon. You're a beautiful soul, bro. But the answer for me right now, and it's the same. It's the difference, man. Look at me, Brandon. How many years has it been since I was in your basement at your house? How many years has it been, bro? 8 years, 9 years? Nothing's changed, man. I'm still the same person expounding the exact same shit. It's almost like it feels useless, guys. It feels useless. I've made some changes in people's lives. Man, have I done that at the very least. At the very least, I did that. I did some things where I made some people. Fuck you, Brandon. I'll fuck up my ass, dude. Look at you, dude. You have, in the last 10 years, you have created your own company. You have 5 years, whatever it is. Oh, you're talking about how long it was since I've seen you. Okay, so in the last 5-10 years, you've created an amazing business. You have a wife. You have 4 daughters, 4 kids now, 4, 3. I don't even know anymore. You're just fucking having kids, bro. I don't see you all day. You're funny, dude. Yeah, but there's something. You do something, my friend. You do something. You have a responsibility. You have a reason to have to get up every morning. You have to. You have no choice. You have kids. You have a wife. You have, yeah. You know that's that. And I doubt you would be the kind of person that would just walk the fuck away. So, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Ah, you shouldn't be at all, man. Like, really, you really shouldn't be disappointed. Fuck me, man. I'm sorry, but I love you. Okay, well, now you understand how I don't want to talk to people. Because of this. The same thing that you're asking me to stop. This is exactly what happens when people are trying to help me. We're so hurt, bro. We're all in so much pain. So much pain, man. Once again, I have nothing to talk about. And I really appreciate your time and your energy. At least now you all know that I'm okay. I'm here because I've had your thoughts. We all have. I don't know what that means. Oh, you're saying thoughts of depression, thoughts of sadness, thoughts of being human. Yeah, I'm sure. I say this to myself a lot. If you've never met a person who doesn't, like if you haven't met a person, if you wait, let me find the list. If you are a person who has never contemplated suicide, you're not human. I'm sorry. It's just truth. Sorry. If you haven't contemplated suicide in one way, shape, or form or another, like just begged for God to end it, or anything that goes in that direction, then you're fucking scary to me as a human being. Sorry. Oh, Van, I love you, man. That's really nice of you, but it's all it comes in and goes out like blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear when you do that. I really appreciate. I mean, I love what you just wrote. And Van, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I get what you're saying, and I understand my contract, and I understand why I was silenced and I was asked to forget. I was supposed to be aborted. Yeah, man, we all have it though, bro. And that's what I said. If people don't... Hi, Tim. I love you, Tim. Tim, I spoke to PJ yesterday. We got on the phone and she was super excited that I'm at all wanting to talk to her or hang out, and she asked me to get in touch with her in like next week or something because she's got a bunch of stuff to do and she's worried about a bunch of other stuff or whatever in life. Tim, no offense, bro. That's just another pipe dream not for me, not for you, for me. Not for you, but for me. I love what you're creating. I love what you're gonna do. I know you're gonna do it. How many times can somebody offer or tell you that something's gonna happen? Well, who should I contact him? But how many times? How many times do you get offered or get told or listen, blah, 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 the world. Tim, I love you and I thank you for saying I got you, man. But the thing is, that unfortunately, I don't know that I'm here that I could do enough for you, or I could do anything, or that I even want to be involved. I really don't want to do anything, bro. And the only reason that I do something is based on trying to either make money or fill myself egotistically. Isn't that depressing? Ugh. So gross. Oh, God, it's so fucking gross. You are funny, Tim. I like you. Yay. I'm so strong and powerful. We're all the same, Tim. We're all the same. Yeah. The helping other things, get it. The only reason that there's 9 people in here right now is because on some level I might have helped them. I might have inspired them. Someone wrote something in my post yesterday and we're like, it's really sad because I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. I have people that know me, that care about me, that call me when they're worried about me. I guess you call that a friend. I don't know what the... Yeah. And that doesn't help, Brandon. And Tim, I love you guys. I love you guys, man, but I just don't see any reason for it. All right. I love you guys. Get me where, Tim? I don't know where I want to go. If I don't want to be famous, and I don't want to have money, and I don't want to have a place to live, then I'm already where I need to be. Yeah, but Brandon, you have a family, bro. You have a family, a wife, and kids. You have you have something to carry from New York to Florida. And I love Hannah's post recently. She was like, in New York we got rats, and in Florida we got iguanas. Please go out into the world. Do something nice for somebody else. If you can't, do something nice for yourself. Don't get caught up in all the crazy shit because you'll end up like me. Fucking whacked out of your mind. Upset. And stressed by the world. And number 3, please like, share, subscribe. I love you, Tim. I love you, Tim. But I don't want to give you guys my time and my energy because I don't think it's going to be any good for you. I'm always just a side character. I'm always just the good fuck on the weekend. I'm the friend that you keep on a shelf. That, you know, hey. Number 3, please like, share, subscribe. Send it out to somebody who needs to see it. I love you.